Hi Virgo, welcome to your mid-November read. Let's see what the cards have for you. We're starting with the Ace of Swords. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. And the Nine of Swords. Interesting. These are clarified by the Five of Wands. The World card. Wow. And the Lovers. Oh, wow. Okay, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, you have the Tower. There's some dramatic changes going on. My goodness. With the Fool immediately underneath that. And the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so big changes, something quite dramatic might happen. You might get a sense of feeling like the rug's been pulled out from underneath you. But the Tower only comes in when it's necessary, when change is necessary. And some part of us has invited this in. Even though it comes out of the blue and it is unexpected, some part of us is aware that change is needed. The universe hears us and says, right, we're going to make this happen for you. And in comes the Tower. So if you can treat this as a new adventure because something new is beginning, this is opening the way. This Tower is opening the way for something brand new with this Fool. And just be patient with this, with yourself, with the situation. Trust that things will happen as they're meant to happen and that you will get there in the end. If you need to focus on the details and the minutiae, do that if that's going to help you. Plan your route, figure out where you need to go, but just be open to things, not going exactly as planned because the Tower can bring in the unexpected, as I said. That's a really interesting energy overseeing this read. This is basically governing the whole story through the middle part of the month for you, Virgo. So whatever this is that's dramatically changing for you, it feels like it's going to be your focus for a little bit, at least until the end of November. So let's see what it's bringing in. Your current situation, the Ace of Swords clarified by the Five of Wands. The Ace of Swords is about new inspiration, fresh new ideas. This came in for someone else in exactly that position. I'm actually picking up something very similar to what I was getting from the Tower. And with that Knight of Pentacles, it feels like you've got all these fresh new ideas, this fresh inspiration coming in from the universe. This is coming in from something unexpected. It comes out of the blue. You don't know where it comes from, but you just feel inspired and you get these plans and these ideas and you want to run with it. But because it's been clarified by the Five of Wands, I got the sense of like running around in circles. The Five of Wands can be about wasted energy. And I kind of feel like these two cards are saying, as I said, that the Tower and the Knight of Pentacles, you can have all these ideas and these inspirations, but just be mindful that it might not all work out exactly the way you think it should or that you plan for it to. And you could put a lot of energy and effort into something and it kind of comes to nothing, but it doesn't feel like it's going to last. Basically, this is saying, bring in these ideas, this new inspiration, let it fill you, utilize it as much as you can, but just be mindful that you don't throw all of your energy into pursuing one of these ideas because, well, things might go a little awry, but in a good way. There's a reason for, as I said, the Tower, it only comes in for a reason. There's a reason for all of this happening. Something new is being planted for you. This Ace of Pentacles, new seed being planted. Two aces right alongside each other. Something is growing here. It's brand new and it's very exciting and it has the potential to be lasting and really positive. And it is possibly world changing for you. It's the ending of a cycle with that world and the starting of something brand new. Really world changing stuff. Really, really exciting. What I'm getting the sense though is that you don't want to try and take hold of this too early. Because these two aces, they're right at the beginning, especially the Ace of Swords. This is still in the idea phase. The Ace of Pentacles has started to grow. It's started to put down roots. And that's where you can feel the potential to grow. But if you jump on the idea and try to throw all your energy into something, I'm just getting this sense that it might not come to fruition the way you planned. And if it's that whole thing of putting all your eggs in one basket, if you drop the basket and all the eggs break, then you got to start from scratch again. So get excited about it, make the plans, but just kind of be open and leave doors open for new possibilities, for new ideas coming in, for new directions to take that expand on what you've already begun and what's already been planted. I'm really getting the sense that this is going to be really exciting for you. It's just, because it's being overseen by this Tower, you've just got to leave room for the unexpected. Otherwise, I do feel like you might get in your head, it might stress you out. You've got the Nine of Swords in your outcome clarified by the Lovers. It's really funny. The Nine of Swords is all about anxiety and stress and worry. And I feel like if you try to take too much control over this, because these two are universal energies, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, they're little bits of magic coming from the universe. They can't always be understood. And if we try to control them too much and manipulate them too much to our standards, to our plans, that can lead to stress and anxiety because, I mean, you've got this rogue element in here with the Tower, and these themselves are fairly rogue. The Ace of Pentacles is fairly grounded. That's less changeable than the Ace of Swords. But as the air element, the Ace of Swords is extremely changeable. So the less you can get caught up in your head about how things need to happen and in this exact way, and I know you're a Virgo and I know that you have exacting standards, but the less you get caught up in those plans and those standards right now, the more you'll be able to enjoy this. There is going to be a little bit of a sense of chaos, I feel, through this time, but there's a plan behind it. The World card, the Tower, and these two aces, there's a lot of universal support. And I haven't even got to the Lovers yet. There's a big plan going on here. And these two little minor arcana, the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords, they can't compete with that. So if you can get out of your head and stop trying to control everything and manipulate everything as much as possible, and instead focus on your heart with this Lovers card, focus on what feels good and brings you joy, reconnect back in with your heart and make choices from a heart space instead of from a head space, you'll be more in alignment with what the universe is trying to bring in, and you'll have more space to accept new ideas and changes as they come in. And if things start falling apart, like if you start building something and then it all falls apart, because I don't know how often this Tower is going to come in for you, there's definitely going to be something dramatic, something changing for you. But for some of you, it might kind of be a sequential kind of thing. It'll happen and then it'll happen again if it needs to be restarted, because they're fickle kind of energies, particularly the Ace of Swords. But you might plant a seed based on an idea and then the Tower goes, I'm not quite sure if that's what we want. We want to bring in the world here. We want to make something world changing. So let's start again. We'll just bring in a new idea and plant something new. That can be really stressful when you're not in control of it. And I get it. But if you can stay connected to your heart and trust that the universe has your best interests in mind, you'll be able to navigate this with much more peace and serenity and with much less stress. What do we have under here? This Fool. If you can treat it like a new adventure, there is a bit of a leap of faith involved as well. And like I said, with the Knight of Pentacles, try to be patient with this as well. Be patient with yourself, be patient with the process, because it does feel very changeable. And if you do feel the need to focus on the details, that's fine. But again, just be open to plans changing if they need to. Alrighty. I've just kind of given you a bunch of advice, but I'm going to pull 3 advice cards for you from the Rider-Waite Tarot. Oh, we've got the Star card. Beautiful. And the 6 of Swords. Nice. Oh my goodness, the World. I love it. You got it twice. Big, powerful transformations, Virgo. Big cycle shift. This is a really powerful time. Wow. Okay. As your advice, the first thing I got with the Star card was keep your hope alive. I hope you know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but in terms of this situation, keep the hope alive. I feel like if there is a dramatic ending or something falls apart on you, it's asking you to just not give up on it. Keep the hope alive. Trust that the universe wants to bring this in for you. It wants to manifest this for you. Keep moving forward, slow and steady. This is the mental suit, the 6 of Swords. It's generally symbolizing moving away from choppy waters into calmer seas. But I'm really feeling for you the mental suit side of it. It's about calming your thoughts, really bringing in that 9 of Swords energy. This is also a card sometimes of travel, moving overseas or over water. So if traveling for you actually helps you clear your head and find your sense of calm again, if you're struggling with all of the chaos and craziness that's going on, maybe take a little bit of a trip, maybe go and sit on a lake for a little while, or go out on a boat on the ocean for a bit, reconnect with water, allow your mind to calm. Essentially, this is asking you to find your inner calm and be prepared because your world is changing. Interestingly, I do want to say I did get, when I was picking up that travel sense with that Six of Swords, it might actually be kind of a big trip. You know, you might go overseas with that world card. There could be, it could be a world trip in your future. But whatever it is, there are big things changing for you. There are big things coming in. And these cards are just asking you to be prepared. Keep your hope alive and calm and quiet your mind to allow this cycle to move the way it needs to move. You don't want to get in the way of this. And your mental noise, that Nine of Swords, that mental chaos, that can slow things down and it can make things stressful. It doesn't need to be stressful. I know it can be stressful when you're not in control of this sort of thing, but these are really asking you to trust, to have this faith with that Star card, to find that mental calm, that inner calm, and embrace the changes as they come in. And, because it's a world, some of the changes that come in might be really big and you may not be expecting them, with that Tower. So just try and be prepared for that. Whatever this is about for you, just be prepared that there might be some big changes that these cards are asking you to accept because something really powerful is coming in. And remember, connect in with your heart as much as you can. When choices need to be made, follow your heart. Don't listen to those noisy, stressed out thoughts. Right, I was shuffling to pull 3 final message cards, and the first one I got is the King of Wands. He's our adventurer. There might be some travel for some of you. And, oh, wow, the King of Cups, 2 kings. No, we got the King of Swords. You got 3 kings as your final message cards. Wow, Virgo, this is really powerful. Wow. King of Wands, King of Cups, King of Swords, that's really powerful. So you've got fiery energy and a can-do attitude. You've got a lot of emotional balance and clarity and vision. This is really interesting. There's something really important about the 3 of them. There's something about the 3. There could be 3 bosses, 3 consultants, 3 advisors. There's something significant about the 3 of them. There could be 3 stages to a project or 3 elements you need to incorporate into whatever this situation is. But whatever this is, each one feels like it's contributing something important and it's asking you to embrace each aspect of this. It does feel for a lot of you that these are aspects of yourself. This fiery passion, keeping that hope alive, this calm emotional balance, which is right over the top of that 6 of Swords. And I was asking you to find that mental balance, that mental calm. This king has a lot of emotional calm. He rides those stormy seas without spilling a drop from his cup. He's very compassionate, but very calm and content and balanced. And the King of Swords has clarity and freedom of thought. He's got a lot of intelligence and wisdom, and he doesn't suffer fools gladly. Cuts through the nonsense with that sword of his. These are 3 elements that are really, really important to nurture within yourself, especially if you are creating something new. If you're creating a business, if you're moving into a high-level role in your workplace, there's a lot of authority with these 3. So there's some sense of leadership going on here. And if you're dealing with 3 other people around you with these kinds of energies, this feels like it's asking you to incorporate all of these energies so you can meet these people at their level and utilize what they can bring to the table here. But all of these feel like they're within you. They're within your reach, within you, and they're asking you to utilize these aspects of yourself in your life. Stand strong. Know that you have this authority and this ability to step up when you need to step up, because that's going to be really important with this Tower. With whatever change, whatever dramatic change is coming in, you have the confidence and the experience and the skill and the abilities to see this through. You can take action when you need to take action. You'll find that emotional calm and that balance through the chaos, through the changes, and you'll have clarity to see what you need to do next. Trust in yourself, Virgo. You've got this. I'm really emphasizing that because at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Pentacles. That's someone who keeps himself very, very small. You're much bigger than that. Also got the Hermit and the Eight of Swords. Trust your inner self, trust your inner guidance, and break yourself free from limiting thoughts and beliefs. That Eight of Swords really reflecting that Nine of Swords. You're the only one that can break you free of your thoughts, of the thoughts that are damaging or holding you back or just keeping you stressed and small. The Four of Pentacles is the miser card. He holds on tight to what he has because he doesn't believe he'll get anything better. And that's what's causing that Nine of Swords stressed out energy. You create something and you started planting a seed, and then if it's not working exactly the way you wanted it to go, it's stressing you out. But what's happening is the universe can see bigger things. If you're stressed, it's because you're keeping yourself small and limited. You're limiting your vision. You're limiting your energy. Like, utilize these kings, these three kings, and trust that the universe is creating all of this chaos, creating all of this change because something better is waiting for you. Trust your inner guidance. Go quiet and gentle. Follow your inner light. You might not be able to see the whole path, but all you need to see is 1 or 2 steps in front of you. That's all he can see with his lantern. Doesn't need to see the end goal, just needs to trust that that light is going to show him that path 1 step at a time. You've got this, Virgo. Best of luck.